I would like to propound questions to Mr. John Paul Solano. With your indulgence, sirs. Mr. Solano, did we hear you right when you stated that Atio had a pre-existing heart condition prior to the hazing that he suffered?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is your basis for saying that?
Your Honor, may basis po yung sa death certificate and medical legal po ng MPD.
Okay. Would you know if those who performed the rites did a pre-initiation medical check-up?
Hindi ko po alam,
Hindi
Your
alam.
Honor.
Or, did you have knowledge if they secured a medical certificate from a physician before subjecting Atio to the grueling initiation rites?
Hindi ko rin po alam, Your
Wala.
Honor.
How about the others? Anybody who would care to answer that question? Meron ba nag-secure ng medical certificate o medical check-up on Atio before you subjected him to the rites, the final initiation rites? Wala. You cannot produce any. Walang medical certificate, walang pre-initiation check-up conducted on the person. Okay? That's clear enough. Now, Mr. Solano, do you know what neurogenic shock is?
Judging by the definition po, siguro.
Ano ang
Pero
definition
wala
ng
po akong
neurogenic
personal-
shock?
It's a neural shock po regarding po.
Which means in plain and simple language,
Nag-shock lang po dahil po sa rapid po na ano, pag-send ng impulses ng neuron.
induced by
Hindi ko po sure, Your Honor.
some modified nervous factors, di ba? And since hindi ka sigurado sa sagot mo, I'll tell you that extreme pain as what happened in the conduct of hazing or yung conduct ng hazing kay Atio caused neurogenic shock. How? By overexciting the sympathetic nervous system. Alam mo ba yung parasympathetic nervous system?
Baka po nakalimutan ko na, Your Honor.
Nakalimutan mo na. Yun yung nag-i-increase ng tone and contractility of smooth muscle, and yun ang nag-i-slow down ng heart rate. And that consists of a cranial and sacral part, di ba? In other words, pag nag-drop yung blood pressure, yung heart rate, pwede mamatay, hindi ba?
You may say that, Your Honor.
No, I'm asking you. Ito yung nagre-result in a significant decrease in heart rate or slow heart action or bradycardia. Alam mo ba yung bradycardia?
Opo, Your Honor.
Ano ibig sabihin ng bradycardia?
Bumaba po yung heart rate.
Yung pulse rate, saka heart rate, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Which would cause death. Correct? Kasi nag-drop yung pulse rate, yung heart rate. Sudden drop could cause death, di ba? Ito yung dangerous drop in blood pressure can also result in loss of consciousness, stroke, and cardiac arrest. Tama ba yun? And we invited some authority in this regard, yung mga doktor. Paki-comment lang mamaya kung tama yung, or in short, with or without the pre-existing heart condition, hazing could have precipitated the cardiac arrest. Tama?
Your Honor, regarding po kasi dun sa nangyari kay Atio, wala pong idea. Kaya dun lang po ako nag-base
I'm asking you because nung nag-file ka ng counter affidavit, ang ini-indicate mo doon, hindi hazing ang cause ng death ni Atio, kundi, di ba, you mentioned a medical term, yung pre-existing heart condition. That's why I'm asking you.
Kasi po, yung reason ko po dun, Your Honor, wala naman po kasi akong idea dun sa nangyari sa kanya. Kaya nag-base po ako sa medical legal and death certificate po. Wala naman po kasi ako nung time na yon.
Anyway, are you aware or at least with the, you can consult your lawyer, yung proximate cause principle. Alam mo ba ibig sabihin nun? Article 4, paragraph 1 of the Revised Penal Code.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes,
Okay.
please. No, you can only be consulted by your client. O i-read out ko na lang yung paragraph 4, Article 1 ng Revised Penal Code. If the unlawful act caused or aggravated the heart condition, even assuming of course that Atio had one, that caused his immediate death, you're still liable. Not you, but those who participated at least. No? So, yun. So, ang tingin ko, being a layman, being not a lawyer, maski sabihin nyo pang merong pre-existing heart condition o wala, it won't fly as a defense. Anyway, with that, I would like to recognize the members of this committee to propound their own questions. Senator Gatchalian, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And Mr. Chair, I would like to direct my questions to the star witness, Mr. Ventura. Mr. Ventura, nandun ba kayo during nung nagkakaroon ng hazing kay Atio?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Ano ang position nyo dito sa grupong to?
Dati po akong officer po, pero dun po sa nangyari, sa araw po na yun, wala na po akong position.
Wala ka ng position.
Yes po. Your
Kailan
Honor.
huminto yung position mo?
Sometime sa August po, before po matapos yung August, mga third week po yun.
August of
2017 po, Your Honor.
So, hindi ka na officer at huminto ka na maging officer as of August of 2017.
Yes po, Your Honor.
Prior to August of 2017, ano ang position mo?
Ano po yun eh, after po ako mag-join po, sometime in August 2016, I was appointed po, interim secretary naman po.
Okay.
Tapos from August po, 2016 to November 2016, nung nagkaroon po ng election po, I was elected po na Master Initiator 2.
So, ulitin natin, August of 2016, you were appointed as secretary.
Yes po.
Till when?
November po, mga second week po ng 2016.
November of 2016.
Yes po.
And then after November of 2016, you were elected as
Master Initiator 2 po.
Master Initiator
Yes po.
hanggang August of 2017.
Yes po. Tapos, yung ano po, sometime in July din po, I was assigned as secretary din po. Kasi ako po yung pinakamalapit po sa UST and ako po yung nautusan mag-ayos ng documents para pumunta-punta po sa office.
So from November 2016 to July of 2017, you were a master initiator as well. November 2016 to July of 2017, master initiator ka
Hanggang August po.
hanggang August 2017.
Apo.
But you were concurrently appointed as secretary
din po.
nung July.
July po.
Ano ba ang responsibilidad ng master initiator?
Yung sa part ko po as Master Initiator po, ako po yung assistant po ng MI1 po, Master Initiator 1 po.
You were the assistant of MI1.
Yes po.
And being the assistant, do you have the capability of instructing?
Meron din po, pero ang nasusunod po is 1 din po.
Si MI1, si
Opo.
Master Initiator 1. Siya ang nagbibigay ng instruction.
Yes po, doon po, pag meron po kaming service po.
So ano ang mga instructions na binibigay ni MI1? Siya ang nag-iisip ng mga instruction na ibinibigay?
Actually po, hindi po siya yung, ano lang po, yung naggagabay po kami.
So si Master Initiator 1 ang sa kanya nanggagaling in instruction. In
Yung
other words,
decision po. Opo.
in decision.
Kasi po, Your Honor, yung sa instruction po, same lang din po kasi yung mga pinagdadaanan po namin. Wala pong nagbabago.
Saan anong mga instruction na binibigay ni MI1?
Yung ano po na
Bigyan mo kami ng example.
pag sasabihin po sa amin, utusan mo yung neophyte. Yan, ganun po.
So for example, dito sa nangyari kay Atio, may 7 steps, no? Ilan dun sa mga steps pinapalo yung daliri, no? In iba ay pinapainom ng egg white, no? Ito saan nanggagaling tong mga instructions na ito?
Ano na po yan, doon po sa time na po yan, doon na po sa master initiators po.
So siya nag-isip nitong pitong proseso at siya rin ang nag-instruct gawin itong 7 proseso.
Yung ano po Your Honor, yung pag-iisip po, ayan po yung proseso po namin. So hindi po siya yung bumuo po nung proseso na yan para sa week na yon or para sa batch na yon.
Sino ang bumuo ng proseso?
Naabutan na po namin yan, ganun na po.
So tradition na ito, in other words? Pwede
Si-
bang sabihin ganun?
Maaari po kasi pagka ano po, same lang din po kami na pinagdaanan po.
Sige. Nag-execute ka ng affidavit, tama?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Pwede mo ba ikwento sa amin yung nangyari base dun sa affidavit mo?
Yes po.
Sige, go ahead.
Yung ano po,
Umpisahan mo sa dun sa affidavit mo, inumpisahan mo dun sa pagkakilala mo kay Atio, and then all the way hanggang nag-meet kayo sa Novotel. Kwento mo nga step by step.
wala
Total,
po,
nasa
wala po ako sa
affidavit-
Novotel po.
O hanggang doon sa dinala si Atio sa ospital. Yun yata yung last na nakita mo siya eh.
Apo.
So ikwento mo dahil nasa affidavit mo naman to, ikwento mo yung isinulat mo sa affidavit.
Yes po. Yung ano po, yung week po na na-meet ko po siya prior po na mangyari yun, Monday po. And then, kahit naka-leave of absence po ako, pumupunta po kasi ako ng frat library po namin. So, pagdating ko po doon, sabi, meron tayong bagong neophyte. So, inaano ko naman po, nag-aantay po ako. Tapos nung dumating po siya, casual lang po. Di pa naman po siya yung actual start ng service namin. So, kwentuhan na, binibiro-biro ko po siya, kinakamusta ko po, bakit siya sumali, ano yung gusto niya,
Frat library to.
pumunta po
Okay.
siya doon.
Sige, go ahead.
Your Honor, please, can I be given a chance to speak, Your Honor?
Senator Gatchalian, I forgot na siguro pa-walkthrough muna tayo kay PG Catalan, yung status ng preliminary investigation before we even proceed to asking our questions.
Okay, Your Honor, please.
PG, please.
Good morning, Your Honors. I'll be reading the case status update on this case, MPD, Manila Police Department and spouses Castillo versus John Paul Solano et al. The panel being conducted, the preliminary investigation is being conducted by a panel chaired by Assistant State Prosecutor Susan Villanueva, and as members, Prosecution Attorney Wendell Bendoval and Prosecution Attorney Honey Rose Delgado. A total of about 42 respondents are named in the original and supplemental complaints. They are as follows: John Paul Solano, Arvin Balag, Min Wei Chan, Mark Anthony Ventura, Axel Munro Hipe, Oliver Jan Audrey Onofre, Joshua Juriel Macabali, Jason Adolfo Rubiños, Ralph Tanguia, Jose Miguel Alamat, Rain Santiago, Carl Matthew Villanueva, Marcelino Bactang, Rosemary Tangia, Antonio Tangia, Daniel Hans Matthew Rodrigo, Aaron Salientes, Simon Padro, Chuck Siazar, Leonard Brian Galicia, Alex Bose, Leo Lalusis, Robin Ramos, Nathan Anama, Dini Divina, Arthur Capili, Vicente Garcia, the incorporators of Aegis Juris Foundation, William Merhinio, Cesar Tirol II, Oscar Co, Alexander Flores, Alvin Disanco, Emmanuel Velasco, Henry Pablo, Gabriel Robignol, Michael Joseph Fernandez, Alan Christopher Agati, Paulino Yusi, Arnel Bernardo, Edwin Uy, and John Dos and Jane Dos. To date, the panel has received all of the respondents' counter affidavit or answer. Complainants were directed to submit the reply affidavit on the 9th of November this year. All respondents are set to submit the rejoinder affidavit on the 16th of November 2017. The submission of both reply and rejoinder are set without need of formal investigation, although the panel may opt to conduct a clarificatory hearing when the need arises. The case is submitted for resolution. The panel would be resolving the case within a reasonable period, Your Honor. Last November 3, respondents, namely Alex Bose, Nathan Anama, and Robin Ramos, also or likewise submitted their counter affidavits. That would be all, Your Honor. Thank you.
PG Catalan, hindi naman lahat ng nabanggit ninyo present during the initiation rights, hindi po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
So
Please.
ano po
Opo.
yung basihan ng pagkasama ng mga iba na hindi naman present?
They were
Attorney
all-
Divina, for example, what could be the basis of his inclusion do sa preliminary investigation? I understand he already submitted his counter affidavit also.
They were mentioned, Your Honor, in the supplemental complaint affidavit submitted by the complainant Manila Police Department, Your Honor.
So limitado lang kayo doon sa mga na-mention doon sa complaint affidavit. Outside of those mentioned in the complaint affidavit, hindi nyo na sinama.
Hindi na po. O, included lang po lahat ng ay ang lahat ng sinubmit ng complainant ang Manila Police Department, Your Honor.
Pakiulit nga is the name of Attorney Ronald Cheng is included just kasi I understand.
Min Wei Chan?
No, Cheng. Yung taga Supreme Court.
Wala, sir.
Wala.
Wala po dito.
May we hear from the MPD? Wala kayong holdings kay Attorney. I understand. I recall, very prominent yung pag-mention ng pangalan niya, di ba? During the hearing, at least.
Sir. In the case we have filed before the Department of Justice, out of the 42 respondents mentioned earlier by the Prosecutor General, only 18 of those were indicated or included in the complaint by the MPD. I understand the rest were included by the family of Atio Castillo as correspondents, Your Honor. So, Ronald
I'm asking about Attorney Cheng.
check.
of
No,
the
sir.
Supreme
He's not
Court.
included in the case filed by the MPD.
Why kaya? Bakit?
At that time, we initiated that case before the DOJ. We have no yet evidence against him at that time, and he was still unidentified, or his identity is not yet known to us, or his involvement.
Thank you.
Yes.
One very brief interjection in relation to the questions propounded by Attorney Sherwin. Kay Mark Ventura, I have a copy of your constitution and bylaws ng Aegis Juris under Article 6, Section 3. Sabi mo kasi natapos ka noong August 17?
Yes po.
Okay. Term of office. The term of office of the members of the Concilium shall commence on the 16th day of December and shall end 1 year thereafter or when the new set of officers shall have been elected and assume office. Would you confirm this?
Yung ano po, yes po. Doon po parang kinikilala
So
po yung
every
bagong set
16th
po.
day of December.
Opo, doon po.
And sabi mo, as of August 17, wala ka na.
Yes po.
So why is that?
Yung ano po kasi, Your Honor, Pag officer po kasi or consilium po kasi dapat po enrolled po kami sa UST. Eh, by that time po, nag-file po ako ng leave of absence ng August 2 because po sa recurring illness ko po, gastritis. Yung ano po kasi yun, hindi po ako naka-enroll po nung first sem po. Itong taon po na to.
And I cannot quite understand that, but I'll yield the floor to Senator Gatchalian. Please continue.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Your Honor, please. Precisely the reason, Your Honor, I just want to inform Your Honors that Mark Anthony Ventura was merely provisionally admitted to the Witness Protection Program last October 24. And his case would still be evaluated and analyzed until he would be completely admitted as such. Secondly, Your Honor, all the statements that he mentioned or the affidavits which he gave are very confidential, Your Honor. It's confidential in nature. I just want to inform Your Honors that we might have some complications later on. Your
In
Honor.
other words, he is being presented not as a plain witness, or he's not being charged, di ba?
Your Honor, he applied and was provisionally admitted
Provisionally
to the
admitted,
Witness
meaning-
Protection Program. And even if he is already admitted, Your Honor, I'm afraid that he cannot testify before this court as of this time because his testimony is confidential in nature, Your Honor.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with the confidentiality of his testimony. Ano? Ang tanong ko lang is, di ba ang procedure is you only have to move, no, make the proper motion sa court if he can be discharged as a state witness. That's why I'm asking, or I was asking earlier, is he being presented or is he being treated as a plain witness or one of those charged, and then later on you will ask the court by way of a motion to discharge him as a state witness. Ano ba status niya?
There are actually two modes, Your Honor, wherein a witness can testify as a state witness. One mode, Your Honor, is if after the indictment of a respondent who is now considered as an accused in court and before the prosecution rests its case, the prosecution can file a motion or move that this person be discharged and be made a state witness. Of course, Your Honor, all the
And only the court can rule on his discharge.
yes,
or
Your Honor, but
non-discharge.
after a hearing, Your Honor,
Of course.
the person who would be testifying as a state witness would prepare or make his sworn statement as well as other evidence or pieces of evidence would be required by the court. And after hearing, the judge decide whether or not to discharge the accused and make him as a state witness, Your Honor.
So I go back to my previous
Another
question.
another mode, Your Honor, is under the Witness Protection Program,
Yes.
in which you will apply and be qualified as a state witness.
That is correct.
Of course, all the circumstances such as, number one, that the offense in which he would be testifying is a grave offense. Secondly, that there is an absolute necessity for his testimony, and he must appear to be, or he must at least not
Not
to
the
be,
most guilty.
not appear not to be the most guilty, and he had not previously convicted of an offense of crime involving moral turpitude. And his testimony should also be material, very material.
Can
in
be
the issue,
corroborated
in all
on
its
its
material
material
points.
points, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
So is there corroboration at this point?
We cannot answer, Your Honor, with due respect, because
Anyway,
he would still
I'll
be
go back to
evaluated. As,
I'll go back to my previous question. So as of now, he is not being treated as a plain witness,
He's-
right? As of now.
Yes, Your Honor,
So
he
speak.
is still considered as a respondent, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you very much, Senator Gatchalian. With your permission, Senator Subiri is asking to interject.
Mr. Chairman, can I ask for a 1-minute suspension so that we can just discuss?
This hearing is
that
suspended
motion
for
of
1
the
minute.
Prosecutor General?
Just 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Okay. PG Jun, paki-join lang sandali. May clarify lang kami. This hearing is resumed. The chair acknowledges the presence of the vice chairperson of the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, Senator Grace po. Good morning, ma'am. Yes, Senator Gatchalian, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And Mr. Chair, instead of requesting the narration of Mr. Ventura, I will just ask some questions, Mr. Chair. Mr. Ventura, nandoon ka ba nung nangyari yung hazing?
Excuse me po, Your Honor. Okay lang po ba? Consult ko lang po yung lawyers ko po.
Please go ahead.
Regarding po dun sa ano.
Mr. Chairman, before Mr. Ventura would answer, we just like to put on record na si Secretary Vita Guina mismo nagsalaysay ng mga sinabi mo sa iyong sinumpang sinalaysay. So, you don't have to worry. The Honorable DOJ Secretary himself had already said that you were there, hazing took place, etc., etc. Maybe you can answer simply with yes or no, or give a few of comments on the questions of Senator Gatchalian, rather than to invoke your right to self-incrimination, because nasalaysay naman ni Secretary lahat sa TV eh. So maybe without giving too much detail, yes or no, just a suggestion to our witness, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you po, Your Honor.
Before you answer, the chair failed to acknowledge the presence of the representative of the BID, Deputy Commissioner Amy Neri.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Please proceed, Senator.
Mr. Ventura, have you consulted your counsel?
Okay po. Yung sa question niyo po, yes po.
So nandoon ka during the hazing.
Yes po.
Nandoon ka nung anong oras ka na nandoon?
From 8 p.m. po.
So from the start, nandoon ka.
Yes po.
Sino-sino yung mga nandoon?
I'm sorry po, Your Honor. Although I'm very willing po to tell the truth and nothing but the truth po. But sa ano po kasi, di po in-advisean po kasi ako na hindi po magbanggit po nung iba pong details po, specifically po yung mga names po. But dun po sa proper court po, I will comply po.
Actually, you already executed an affidavit na nakasalaysay doon yung mga pangalan. And then again, nagkaroon ng press con si Secretary Aguirre narrating what you basically wrote down in your affidavit. But I would respect the consensus earlier. No? Nag-uusap-usap po kami. I'd respect that. I'll proceed to the next question na lang, no? Para hindi tayo na-hold. Doon sa nangyaring hazing, natandaan ko meron kang sinulat doon na mga proseso, no?
Yes po.
At yung pinakamatindi dito sa proseso na ito ay yung paddling, tama? Ito yung nakita ko pinakamasakit para sa isang neophyte, tama po ba?
Yung ano po, sa opinion ko po sa akin po yung sa braso po.
Tsaka yung sa braso.
Ayun po yung sa akin.
So sa opinion mo, yung sa braso ang pinakamasakit.
Yes po.
Anong ginawa sa braso ni Atio?
Sorry po, Your Honor. Di ko na po pwede i-detail po yun.
Siguro pwede mo bang kwento na lang na after itong ginawa sa kanya, sa braso niya, ano yung kondisyon niya pagtapos?
Yung condition niya po, ano po, pagod po, hapo. Pero responsive po siya nun. After po nun.
Nagsasalita pa siya?
Yes po.
Nakausap mo siya mismo?
Yes po.
At anong mga sinabi niya that made you think that okay pa siya?
Ano po, sinasabi ko po sa kanya na kaya niya po yun. Yung proseso po nung gabi na yun. And lagi ko po sa kanya pinapaalala yung sinasabi niya sa akin tuwing nag-uusap kami na ang gusto niya kasi is purpose. Every time niya kausap ako, lagi lang niya sinasabi was purpose. Parang hinahanap niya yung purpose niya sa buhay niya. And every time na mag-uusap kami, constant reminder ko po sa kanya na yung purpose na yun, hindi kami magbibigay sa kanya. Magsisimula yun sa kanya.
Pero diretso mo siyang kausap.
Opo.
At yan ang sinasabi niya sa'yo.
Lagi ko po siya dire-remind po dun sa goal niya po na before po kasi sinasabi niya sa akin was yung purpose niya po.
Okay. Dito, again, no, I broke down kasi parang seven processes yung mga dinaanan niya. Next dito sa suntok, ano yung pinaka masakit para sa isang neophyte?
Sa opinion ko po yung ano po, yung sa last part na po yung sa paddling po.
Sa paddling ang pinakamasakit.
Yung susunod po,
Bago siya pumasok dito sa paddling, ano yung kondisyon ni Atio?
same din po pero mas, yun nga po, mas pagod na po siya. Bago po magsimula po yung process na yun.
At ilan ang pumalo kay Atio?
I'm sorry po, di ko po pwede sabihin po.
Hindi, ilang tao lang, 'di ba? Nakasulat dito yata 5 yung kanyang tinanggap na palo eh. Pero
Bale,
ilan ang pumalo sa kanya?
4 po.
4 yung pumalo. Kasali ka ba doon sa pumalo?
Hindi po, Your Honor.
After nitong after doon sa paddling, dito na nagkaroon ng problema si Atio, tama?
Yes po.
Ano nangyari after? No?
Ah, yung ano po,
After ng paddling, may nangyari na siya, bumagsak na siya.
opo.
Pwede ba ikwento kung after nung pagbagsak niya, ano nangyari sa kanya?
Sorry po, di ko po pwede i-discuss po. Pasensya na po, Your Honor.
Meron bang mga taong nagbigay sa kanya ng medical attention? Anong mga nangyari after bumagsak siya?
Yung ano po, ano naman po, inasistihan po siya para maiupo.
Nakaupo naman siya.
Opo, inupo
Pero ano
po.
na yung kondisyon ng pagkaupo niya?
Yung pagkaupo niya po, ano na po, hindi na po siya ganun ka-responsive.
Hindi na siya ganun ka-responsive.
Yes po.
And then, from the time bumagsak siya, until from the time na 2 beses siya dinala sa sasakyan, tama?
Sorry po, di ko po pwede i-discuss po, Your Honor. Pasensya na po talaga.
From the time na lang na dinala siya nung pinakahuli sa hospital, no? Gaano katagal yung interval na yon?
Medyo matagal din po.
Mga 1 hour, 2 hours,
Mga ano rin po siguro.
more or less,
More or less po mga 30 to 40 minutes po.
30 to 40 minutes.
Siguro po.
And then, at that time, between that 30 to 40 minutes, ano ang ginagawa ng mga kasama mo?
Yung inaasistihan po,
Meron ba nagsabi na daling ka agad sa hospital?
meron din po.
Bakit hindi dinala ka agad sa hospital? 30 minutes, matagal yung interval.
Pasensya na po, di ko po
Hindi,
maano po.
pwede mo naman sabihin, diba, within that 30 minutes, anong dahilan bakit hindi dinala kaagad sa hospital? Yung tao nag-collapse na, no, hindi na siya conscious. Bakit may 30 minutes? Ba't hindi instant dinala sa hospital? May pumigil ba?
Yung ano po, yung first po na nagra-rattle na po kami. Then may takot din po.
Okay. Pero ano yung kwento mo lang yung 30 minutes na yun? Ano yung sino yung mga taong involved, no, doon sa kondisyon ni Atio?
Pasensya na po, Your Honor. Di ko po pwede i-kwent salaysay po dito.
Pero may pumigil sa pagdadala sa ospital. Yun lang ang gusto ko malaman. Dahil 30 minutes, matagal yun eh. Instinct ng isang tao, dapat daling ka agad sa ospital pag may bumagsak.
Meron po.
May pumigil.
Meron po.
Pangalawang tanong ko, bakit hindi dinala sa pinakamalapit na ospital?
Ayun po, di ko po alam.
Hindi mo na alam kung bakit dinala pa sa malayong ospital.
Yes po.
Mr. Chair, that's it for now.
Senator Subiri. By the way, we'd like to express our sympathy sa mag-asawa again, ano? Kasi I know you're struggling between relief and agony dahil, di ba, you hate to hear what you have always wanted to know. Di ba? Mahirap pakinggan ito, pero ito naman yung gusto nyong in the first place na malaman kung ano talaga nangyari. So, Senator Subiri is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And to second the motion of Senator Ping Lacson on the family, we know you're going through a lot, Minnie and Toti, and Doc, and together with your family and Nicole with us. I know it's a difficult path to take, but this is a path that we must take to find justice for Atio. And just stay strong. We will see this to the end. At least we, the Senate, will make sure that we see this to the end. Going to, Mr. Chairman, if it's all right, I'll address this to Mark Ventura. To Mark, I would like to repeat what I said in my statement no paglabas mo. Sabi ko, the pang of conscience is the thin line between beast and men. Let me repeat, the pang of conscience is the thin line between beast and men. ang konsensya ng tao ay ang pagkakaiba natin sa hayop. Kaya saludo po ako sa iyo, Mark. I salute you. I know what you are doing is a very, very difficult thing to do. And I will not badger you with a lot of questions, or I will not force you to say things that are confidential at this point in time, because I would like to keep the bullets, ika nga, ammunition close to the chest of the DOJ, so that we don't expose you to countersuits as well. Pero saludo po ako sa iyo dahil you chose your conscience over misguided loyalty. You chose the law rather than to violate it. And I'd like to quote the oath that lawyers take. I quote, and this is read after you pass the bar. I do solemnly swear that I will maintain allegiance to the Republic of the Philippines. I will support the Constitution and obey the laws, as well as the legal orders of the duly constituted authorities therein. I will do no falsehood, nor consent to the doing of any in court. I will not wittingly or willingly promote or sue any groundless, false, or unlawful suit, or give aid nor consent to the same. I will delay no man for money or malice, and will conduct myself as a lawyer according to the best of my knowledge and discretion, with all good fidelity, as well to the courts as to my clients. Yan po ang main thrust of your oath when you take the oath as a lawyer. And you chose to tell the truth rather than to twist the truth, Mr. Ventura. I salute you for that. I believe you want justice to prevail in this case, and I thank you for your testimony. Tama na siguro yung mga tinanong kanina ni Senator Gatchalian, dahil anyway, isinalaysay naman po ni Secretary Aguirre yung mga ibang nabanggit mo sa iyong prepare or the sworn statements. So, maganda po ang ginawa mo. Sana meron pa pong mga kasamahan ninyo na sumama dito. And if you do this, I believe, you know, eventually you'll become a good lawyer, because lawyers are supposed to uphold the truth. Hindi naman dapat kayo ang mismo na nagko-conspire para matwist o mapalitan ang katotohanan. And that's why I feel that Mr. Mark Anthony Ventura will become a good lawyer one day. You know, I believe that when these things come to a person, it is a test of character. It is a test of character. It will show good men from bad ones. It will show those who believe and uphold in the truth rather than those who want to remain as beasts and animals, which this society does not need anymore. Mr. Chairman, what I wanted to hear today really was the sworn testimony of Mark Ventura, but since we were given a copy, and due to the confidentiality that the Prosecutor General, of which I respect deeply, his counsel, that we do not release the line-by-line statement of Mark Ventura, I withhold any more questions. I don't want to address these people here unless they have a change of heart. I am still upset at Mr. Solano, because sabi ko nga, hindi niya ginagago ang Senado. Nung sinabi niya namatay dahil isang pre-existing condition, ginago mo na yung buong bansa. Ginagago mo na yung buong bansa. You know, just call a spade a spade. Huwag mo nang dagdagan pang insulto ang pamilya Castillo na sinabi mo na namatay na lang siya dahil may heart condition or something. That, as Senator Ping had said, that does not hold water in any court, as he quoted the penal code, that even if you had, or even if the victim had a pre-existing heart condition, because of the agitation that was caused, and following his death, it does not have any excuse. You still committed the crime of hazing, or they still committed the crime of hazing. Kaya wag niyo nang dagdagan at insultuhin pa ang pamilyang Castillo. I would like now to end my brief statement, Your Honor, Mr. Chairman, and maybe later I will ask the other resource persons. I believe that Senator Grace Poe also has a very important question to ask. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Subiri. Senator Grace po is recognized.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Nais kong klaruhin sa ating mga kababayan, pag hindi man nasasagot ni Mr. Ventura yung ating mga katanungan, hindi dahil sa is invoking his right against self-incrimination, ito ay dahil merong ongoing na investigasyon. Maraming salamat, Mr. Ventura, sa iyong mga salaysay. Bagamat hindi natin masasabi lahat dito, nakakalungkot, Mr. Solano, sapagkat nung umpisa, nandun ka sa kabila eh. Ikaw yung nagbigay sa amin ng konting pag-asa noon na sana mailahad na kung ano yung mga nangyari. Pero mabuti na lang may isa pang lumabas. Dahil ang mga tanong natin ay hindi dahil sa mga nangyaring kaganapan, dahil hindi mo nga masasagot lahat. Matanong ko na lang, siguro, umpisahan natin sa ito. Yung mga naging abogado nung umpisa, hindi ba itong mga abogado mo na ito ay sina Attorney Ferdinand Rogelio at sino ba yung mga abogado mo noon? Sila ba ay dating mga miyembro ng Aegis Juris?
Yes po, Your Honor.
So, matanong ko, bakit mo pinalitan ang iyong counsel?
Yung ano po, nakausap ko po kasi yung sa pamilya ko po. And ito po yung sinabi po nila sa akin na magsabi po ng totoo. Yun lang po yung gusto namin.
So, ang ibig sabihin, yung mga dating abogado mo, parang hindi kayo tinutulak na magsabi ng totoo?
Hindi po sa ganun po. Pero yung ano po, mas palagay po ako sa bago ko pong abogado kasi tulad po na sinabi ko po, yung abogado ko po kayo, isa ko rin po siyang kapamilya po.
So, alam ko ayaw mong mambuko siguro, no? Lalo na mga nakasama mo. Pero, parang malinaw, ako na lang magsasabi para sa'yo, na dahil ang abogado mo ay hindi galing sa Aegis Juris, ngayon, mas kumpiyansa ka na magsabi ng katotohanan.
Opo.
Okay. Doon din sa isang organisasyon, kasi si Dean Davina, sinabi po ninyo na ang Aegis Juris Fraternity ay hindi na po recognized ng UST. Hindi ba?
For this year, yes, Your Honor, it's not recognized.
So, matanong ko lang po kayo, bakit po nung August 2017 freshman orientation ay pinayagan na may representative ang Aegis Juris, hindi ba? Pagka orientation, doon nagre-recruit ng mga bagong sasali sa organisasyon. So, kung sila ay suspendido, bakit meron silang presence doon sa orientation?
It's not the office of the dean, Your Honor, that organized that conference or meeting.
So, who did?
The student council, Your Honor.
So, the student council did. Did you send any correspondence or letter informing the student council or the students' affairs office that Aegis Juris is indeed suspended and they should not be allowed to participate in any student activities?
Your Honor, it's not the office of the dean that determines the recognized organizations, but the OSA, the Office of Student Affairs. So they would know the organizations that are not recognized. And the local SWD, meaning Social Welfare Development Board, headed by Judge Aguinaldo, conducts the orientation. It makes it clear, or made it clear rather, that there is only one fraternity recognized for this year.
Kasi din, lahat yan parang palusot Para sa akin, ikaw ang nagbigay ng direktibo, di ba? Na dapat sila ay suspendido.
Your Honor, please allow me to take exception to the statement that papalusot po ako. Lahat po na sinabi ko sa committee to ay puro katotohanan. Kahit kailan po hindi ako nagsinungaling, wala pong palusot na ginagawa po ako. Nakita naman po, sinabi ko sa committee ang lahat ng katotohanan po.
Dean, mawalang galang na po, sagutin po ninyo yung tanong ko.
Pasensya na po, I just had to take exception to the statement na
Sinasabi
papalusot po
ko
ako.
parang, hindi ko naman sinasabi nagpapalusot kayo. Matanong ko lang po, kayo nagbigay ng direktiba, hindi po ba, na dapat suspendido itong fraternity na to?
As I said, Your Honor, it's not the Office of the Dean that determines who are the recognized organization, but the Office of Student Affairs.
So, but did you make a recommendation that they should be suspended
But
after
it's
the
the
brawl that
office-
happened in Manila Hotel?
It's the Office of Student Affairs that conducts or that evaluates rather whether or not for a
So you
current
had no
year,
opinion whatsoever, Dean,
It's
with
the-
regards to that?
it's the Office of the Student Affairs that determines the organizations to be recognized, Mr.
But as the
Chairman.
Dean, I'm
You
sorry.
may want to ask he's present here, no? Yung si Mr. Jonathan Santos, siya yung
No, the Student Affairs headed by Director Cory Guanhing.
yeah.
Okay. Ma'am, will you please answer this question directly? Because the dean is supposed to be setting a good example also to the students, and he should be aware of what's happening within the college. But it is your responsibility, supposedly, to inform the student body of legitimate or the ones organizations that can actively recruit. So what happened here?
No.
Why was there a breakdown?
There is actually a procedure that we follow for the recognition of organizations. So it starts with their coming up with certain requirements, and we have a form for that. So these students are supposed to adhere to those requirements, and then they are supposedly signed, endorsed by the Father Regent, the Dean, the Student Welfare and Development Coordinator, before these papers are turned to us for final approval. So the freshman orientation that you were referring to was conducted in conjunction with the plan of the university to conduct orientation among our students.
So,
It's a
ma'am,
regular thing
so
that happens.
Aegis Juris was present during that
Yes,
orientation. And can you
because-
tell me why?
Yeah, because all the organizations that apply for recognition are presumed to have regularity in terms of their papers. So it is acceptable based
So they
on...
were there to apply as a student organization?
No, during the time that they conducted the orientation, it is presumed that all the papers and all organizations for that matter are in place. So that orientation was not meant for recruitment.
But ma'am,
Yes.
the day 2, it says that that organization, it's solely devoted for the organizations to give them the chance to explain thoroughly their mission and vision to the new breeds. So they're not supposed to recruit.
They are not supposed to
But-
recruit.
They can explain what their mission
Yes.
and vision is.
Yes, they
See,
can.
It sounds
yeah.
contradictory because you're talking about your organization.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're not getting names or accepting applications, but exactly, if you suspend an organization, they're still allowed to post on boards. Meron pa nga dito, kung sila ay suspendido na, bakit pinapayagan pa rin sila na nagpo-post ng kanilang mga activities sa inyong, I don't know what it is, parang common bulletin. Yung mga ganon. So exactly what happens to them when they are
Ano po
suspended?
kasi, organizations, there are two classifications of organizations in UST. One is college-based, and that is where fraternities and sororities come in. And there's also university-based. And so, if and when they posted anything on the board, it's not in my personal knowledge.
So ma'am, tell me exactly, having been suspended, this fraternity, what exactly are the restrictions on them now?
Okay.
Because it seems that there's none.
May I do the chronology, if you will allow me, Your Honor?
No.
The
Very quickly on the chronology, but
the
ma'am,
the recognition is supposed to come mid-September. The orientation came first week of August. And that is when they are presumed to have some, the presumption of regularities in there. In other words, they are allowed to conduct activities, but activities are still supposed to have been approved. And recruitment is not one of them. In fact, there was a very strict memorandum that was issued by the Student Welfare Coordinator of the college, not to recruit, specifically among first year?
Kasi ma'am, ganito until the hazing incident,
Mhm.
nandun pa nga, they were allowed the use of the billboard, UST Law's website. I think they were in the website until after that, then they were removed.
But that is not within the OSA's knowledge. It is just the accreditation of the organization, but postings are not within the...
So, whose purview is that?
It is supposed to be within the college and
Okay.
under the Student
Who
Welfare and
powers the
Development
UST
Coordinator.
Law's website?
Not within the
Isn't,
personal knowledge.
isn't it the Divina Law Office?
I don't know that. Not
Sir,
within it.
Dean Divina?
Yes, Your Honor, please. When we're informed that the Aegis Juris fraternity was not recognized or is not recognized for this year, we had it taken down from the website of the university or the college.
So, sir, you are acknowledging that it is the Divina Law that is powering the website of UST.
We provide the resources in putting it up, Your Honor.
Okay, so that's one. Another is that what I've heard is that they weren't taken down from the website until after the hazing incident.
Until after they
The
were not
hazing.
recognized by the university, Your Honor.
So they were not recognized by the university because of the hazing incident and not because of the...
Not because of the hazing, Your Honor. They were recognized last year. They did not meet the requirements for this year. That's why they were not recognized. And one of the reasons is that the incumbent head is no longer a student of UST.
When you had that brawl in Manila Hotel, when they had that brawl, they were suspended, correct?
That's right, Your
So
Honor.
that wasn't reason enough for them to be on probation and to be removed from this website.
Well, the decision was signed by the members of the committee first week of September, Your Honor, and following the procedure of the university, it has to be approved by the OSA. It was approved October 4 and to be implemented next semester, Your Honor.
Okay, when you're saying September, is it of this year?
This year, Your Honor,
Okay.
after school has already
So
started.
it seems that the university acted only because of public clamor, because of what had happened.
Not necessarily, Your Honor, because there was a committee that was formed for that purpose. The chairman prepared the draft as early as July, third week of July, but signed by the other members of the committee first week of September.
Okay, may I
With the
ask...
permission of Senator Grace po, Mr. Jonathan Santos, are you around? I heard that you are... Yeah, student council.
Jonathan Santos, you're the head of the
kindly
student
take your seat.
council.
So, and respond to the questions of Senator po. Have you taken your oath? Not yet. So, Comsec. Nag-oath ka na ng last time? First, okay na yun.
Saan nag-oath?
Nakapag-oath na siya.
Okay. Bago...
Senator po, please proceed.
Yes. Welcome, Mr. Santos. Sa aking pagtatanong sa inyong dalawa, gusto ko lang linawin ito na hindi malinaw ang proseso ninyo sa universidad. Ma'am, akalain ninyo may mga suspension na ganyan, may mga iba't iba na, hindi, pero sila yung in charge doon, ito yung website, ito doon. Dapat yan consolidated. Kaya nga nasususpinde ang isang organisasyon dahil maaaring merong hindi maayos na maidudulot ito sa estudyante. Tapos napapabayaan yung mga ibang bagay dahil ibang departamento dito, ibang departamento doon. Hindi consolidated. So, matanong ko nga yung student council head. Jonathan,
Yes po.
alam mo bang suspendido noon yung Aegis Juris nung inimbitahan ninyo sa orientation?
At that time po kasi, nung vacation po, the freshman orientation happened the week before the classes began. And before that po, we worked on the premise that all of the organizations in the Faculty of Civil Law passed their recognition papers po. So pending their recognition, we invited them to present their organizations in the freshman orientation po.
Okay, let me tell you now. Have you received any official correspondence from the university saying that several fraternities or Aegis Juris is suspended?
Not at the not at the time that we had the orientation po.
How about now?
Now po, wala pa po.
Wala
Kasi
pa
po,
rin.
they, ano po, ang OSA po, they will have to give the recognition to the organization and to the organizations, and it does not pass through the student councils po. They give it independently to the
So they give it independently to the organization that was suspended.
No po, I'm telling about the recognition po. About the
recog-
suspension po of ages, I have not received any po.
So as student council head, you have not received official correspondence that they are suspended.
Yes po.
Dr. Grace, with your permission, did you in fact submit a proposal for the recognition of aegis juris?
No po, the student councils don't submit recognition papers po for
Hindi
organizations.
ka nakapag-submit ng proposal?
For
the
the
recognition?
activity po.
Yeah, for the activities.
For the activity po, the freshman orientation, we have a proposal po.
Ano nangyari doon sa proposal? What action was taken?
I-
And to whom are you submitting these proposals?
The proposals were submitted to the Office for Student Affairs po.
And
For
then
the
what action was
approval.
taken?
It was approved po.
It was approved. Do you have a copy?
I don't have it with me po.
Pero you in fact know that it was acted upon positively.
Yes po, the papers were returned to us po with the signature po.
Senator Grace, please proceed.
Okay. So muli malinaw dito na yung student council head mismo hindi naman nakakaalam kung talagang suspendido. So parang laway lang talaga, no? Wala naman talagang repercussion ang di umanong suspension.
So, Chairman, will you please be allowed to respond to the...
Sure, go ahead, please. Clarify.
Yes, please, Your Honor. I mean, there are systems in place, and each unit of the university has duties to fulfill, and the OSA is the one in charge of determining who are the organizations to be recognized.
Dean Divina, tell me exactly how the OSA has fulfilled its responsibility. What repercussions are being felt now by the suspended fraternity?
But, Your Honor, I hope the committee will appreciate that before last year, the fraternity is recognized, and they're presumed to have the grounds or reasons for recognition this year. And it's only September that was determined that they're not recognized, meaning that was after the orientation had been conducted already by the student council.
Okay, sir. OSA, do you have anything that you posted in the university website saying that this fraternity is suspended, or have you given any correspondence to anybody in particular?
Okay. We do not post any announcement regarding the recognition of these organizations. We just issue a letter to the corresponding colleges as to which organizations are recognized. But let me mention that as early as July, these organizations are made to submit requirements. And as early as July, we knew that the requirements, like for example, the signature of the people supposed to sign the endorsement to the OSA for their recognition, had not been complied with, not even till the incident happened. So because
Senator
these...
po, again, yeah, excuse me ma'am, medyo magulo eh. Sinabi si Jonathan, you're the head of the USC Faculty of Civil Law Student Council, di ba?
Yes, sir.
And sabi mo, nag-submit ka ng proposal doon sa Student Affairs.
Sir, it was the project proposal po
Yeah,
for
project
such
proposal.
specific activity lang po.
Specific, what activity was that?
The freshman orientation po.
Ng aegis juris.
No, sir. All
Outside
of
of
the
the fraternity. Lahat ng
all
freshmen.
of the organizations po in the Faculty of Civil Law. Including all po, including
No,
ages.
including aegis juris.
Yes po.
And it was acted upon favorably by the Student Affairs, di ba?
Yes
Office
po,
of-
there was an approval
Oh, so
po.
medyo magulo, hindi kayo, para may disconnect ka. And sinasabi nyo ngayon, hindi nyo nire-recognize. And yet, you are acting favorably on the proposal submitted by the Student Council, Civil Law Student Council. So, kindly reconcile your positions, ma'am.
Sir, this activity was conducted before the school opening. That's supposed to be the orientation. So it is presumed that because they have submitted, all organizations for that matter, have submitted their papers for recognition, and on the presumption of regularity, it is presumed that they are regular, meaning to say that they have complied with all the requirements. So when the orientation happened, the organizations, all of them were given the chance to say something prior to our issuing the official recognition documents, which happened sometime in September. Now, in relation to what Jonathan was saying, it is true that activities are supposed to be approved by the OSA, but it is an organization that is existing in the college. So before any activities approved by the OSA, they should have passed through the approval of the local administration, like for example, the Student Welfare and Development, and then also the Father Regent and the Dean, before it comes to us.
Mr. Chairman, with the permission of Senator Grace po, may I interject on that point? Ma'am,
Yes.
sabi ni Dean kasi, na-suspend na daw sila. Suspended na po sila.
Di po.
He just said.
They're not recognized for this year, Your Honor.
So they're not recognized.
It was
When you
determined in September of this year that they're not recognized, Your Honor.
Well, yeah,
The year before,
Dean,
they were
allow me
recognized.
to
Yes,
put my
please.
point, no? What's the difference between suspended, recognized, and removed from the university? When you say not recognized, di ba ibig sabihin yan you are non-entity. You no longer exist. I don't recognize you, so you no longer exist.
They're not authorized to conduct activities within the university or faculty, Your Honor.
Correct.
Yes.
So that is even worse than suspension, di ba?
The members
That's
were
my
suspended,
point.
Your Honor. The organization is not recognized.
You know, there's a problem, Mr. Chairman. There seems to be a problem of UST when it comes to these organizations. Why am I raising this point? Madam,
Yeah.
you listen to me first. The reason I'm raising this is, if the students knew the status, the real status of the fraternity, baka hindi na nagpa-recruit si Atio Castillo. Because, you know, if you are suspended or you are not recognized, may malaking sign dyan, aegis juris is no longer recognized by UST or temporary suspension. Alam po ng mga estudyante na may problema ang fraternity na ito. Kaya hindi po nila sasalihan. Dahil nga sa inaction ninyo na magpalabas ng notice na hindi sila recognized, yung anak po ni Mr. and Mrs. Castillo, they're right here in front of you. Let's not think that they're not here. Sumali sa inyong fraternity thinking that it was a recognized, duly registered, accredited fraternity. If the university and College of Law had come out with a very clear-cut policy on which fraternities or organizations are recognized or not, this could have been prevented, ma'am. I would like to put that on record. And do you agree with me? Yes or no? Do you agree with me, ma'am?
I agree partly. When I say partly, it's because, as I was saying, and I would hold on that statement, that we are allowed by the CHED that within the first month from the opening of classes, we can issue recognition. And we adhered to that. So, as early as July, they already submitted, as I said, the papers for recognition, but these were lacking. And so the official recognition came in the second week of September. So these students should have joined the orientation, but not for the purpose of recruitment, because there is also a schedule for recruitment done by organizations, which comes after they have been officially recognized. And so if and when recruitment really happened, that was not authorized.
Director?
And
Yes, may I just
Yes.
add, no? Director, wouldn't it be better that you come up with at least before orientation? Because there are several organizations that even during orientation, nagre-recruit na po sila. It's obvious. We know that. We're all
Yes
university
po.
students here.
Opo. But I would also want to mention that aside from the recognition that should have been given by the OSA, there had been some memorandum. There was a memorandum issued by the Office of Civil Law through the Student Welfare and Development Coordinator, and that was clearly posted on the bulletin board, that these students should not recruit among first-year students. So if and when that again happened, that would not have been acceptable.
With the indulgence of Senator Subiri, Senator po still has the floor. Yes, Senator po.
Thank you, Senator Lax. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ma'am, yung layunin ng mga hearing na ganito
Opo.
ay hindi lamang para malaman kung ano talaga nangyari, kundi para din maayos ang ating mga batas, para hindi na maulit ang mga ganitong mga bagay. Siguro naman sa ating pagdinig ngayon ay nakikita nyo may konting may pagkukulang pagdating sa impormasyon ng mga nangyayaring ganito. Siguro pwede din gawin, hindi naman sa nanghihimasok, pero nakasalalay ang kalagayan ng ating mga estudyante sa proseso ng universidad.
Naintindihan ko
So
po yun,
dapat
Your
siguro
Honor. Well taken
masaayos
po.
ng konti na maging malinaw lamang
Well
na ang mga organisasyon na kasapi katulad si Jonathan ay dapat konektado sa mga polisiya ng administration. Ngayon, kasi meron dito yung Student Organizations Recognition Requirements. Nakalagay po dito, the petition for recognition of a student organization must be filed with the Office for Student Affairs, sa inyo po yun,
Opo.
June 30, 2017. Ang application po ng Aegis Juris na pinirmahan ni Arvin Balag ay July 12.
Opo.
So, lagpas na po. So, kung kayo ay magiging
Kaya-
stricto, ba't pa ninyo?
Opo.
Diba doon pa lamang deadline, you know, any other qualification should not have mattered because deadline na yun tapos na. Pero sinama pa rin ninyo.
Meron po silang petition for, that is for the academic year po kasi kahit na mag-submit po sila ng June or July, that is still for the incoming academic year.
Ay, labo
Opo.
Kasi nakalagay nga dito, June 30, 2017, yung application nila, July 12.
Yun po yung nakalagay dyan, kaya lang nagbago po kami ng academic year sa UST. Nag-start na po kami ng August.
It doesn't say
Opo.
academic year. It says a particular date. So, I mean, never mind if it's clear that academic year without a specific date, but you have a specific date mentioned,
Opo.
ma'am.
Kaya lang po kasi that falls within the time na bakasyon po. But we are going through the papers already. And nakaschedule
So,
din po
ma'am,
kami.
you dropped the ball.
Yeah.
You dropped the ball. Kapabayaan po ito sapagkat sinasabi ninyo dahil walang pasok.
No. When I say walang pasok, we considered the start of the counting of days allowed by the CHED within 30 days from the start of classes.
Okay.
Opo.
You know what? It doesn't mention academic year. Nais ko lang klaruhin, walang nakasabi ditong academic year, eksakto pong petsa ang naka-issue dito at hindi ninyo sinunod, tinanggap pa rin ninyo ang Aegis Juris. Kaya malinaw na itong punto. I think
Tinanggap po namin yung application nila, pero hindi po ibig sabihin na pag tinanggap, ina-approve po namin, in-recognize po
sinasabi
namin
nga
sila.
ninyo na hindi na dapat tanggapin dahil sa deadline pa lamang hindi na sila dapat kwalipikado.
Mr. Chairman, may I please be allowed to add, that is based on the old calendar year, Your Honor. We changed or shifted to August. I mean, we used to start classes June. We shifted to August about 2 to 3 years ago, Your Honor.
Yeah, but it says here,
It makes reference to the old rule, Your Honor.
yeah,
that's based on the
the
old
rules
rule.
and regulations, but 2017, 2018 to, hindi ninyo napalitan.
It should be adjusted accordingly, Your Honor, because we changed the start of the school year from June to August, Your Honor.
Whether it should have been adjusted or not and you haven't changed your rules, you still accepted it, knowing in your head that this memorandum was still out. Anyway, so you didn't make the proper adjustments. I think I will now go to, mababalikan ko na lang siguro si
With the
Mr.
kind
Ventura.
With the kind indulgence of Senator.
Senator,
Grace.
with the permission of Senator po, Senator Gatchalian is recognized.
Yes, I have a few questions related to that. Jonathan, kayong grupo nyo nag-organize itong orientation.
Yes po, the student council po.
Nung in-organize nyo ito, sino yung mga pinadalan yung pinadalan nyo ng letter to ask permission?
Sir, all the organizations po in the Faculty of Civil Law po, including the academic.
Sa taas. Kanino ka humingi ng permiso o kanino ka nagbigay ng notice na merong ganitong orientation?
The project proposals are being submitted first to the dean
So-
for approval and to the Father Regent for the budget po.
So, humingi ka ng permission? Is this a permission?
Approval po. We
Approval.
pass papers po for
So you
the
gave
activity approval.
a letter requesting for approval sa office ng Dean
Yes po.
and sa office ng...
Student affairs po. It
Student
will go
affairs.
there after po ma-approve ng Dean's office po.
So, dalawang opisina ang binigyan mo
Excuse
ng
me,
letter.
that's Dean of Civil Law.
Yes po.
Kasi ikaw, Civil Law Student Council.
Yes po.
So dadaan ito sa Dean.
Yes po. Sa local Dean's
Which
office po.
Naaprubahan ba itong dalawa?
Yes po.
Naaprubahan?
Yes po.
So, alam ng office ng... alam ng Dean ng College of Civil Law na meron kayong ganitong orientation.
Yes po.
And then, alam mo ba nila kung sino yung mga organization na in-invite nyo?
At the time po, we only had the general description po that there will be organizations because we're still determining of the organizations that we will include in the orientations. And when we knew that all of them were required to submit recognition papers, we invited all of them po.
Nung nagbigay ka ng papeles sa office ng Dean, sa office ng Father Regent, sinabihan ba kayo na kung sino-sino yung hindi pwedeng imbitahin dahil hindi sila recognized?
We know po na there is a ban po for recruitment of the freshmen po, but then we are working on the premise that all of them submitted recognition papers, and it means po na they are parang qualified to be recognized for this coming academic year, so we gave them the chance to present during the orientation po.
So in other words, inimbitahan nyo lahat ng organizations?
Yes po.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
And pababa, necessarily, kung ano yung dinaan ng pakyat, dadaanan din pababa.
Once po ma-approve ng Office for Student Affairs po,
Diretso na sa inyo.
it will come back to us po with the approval of the Office for Secretary General.
Through proper channel, di ba?
It
Okay.
will come directly to us po. We will get the papers from
Directly.
OSA.
But yung proposal nyo, necessarily, would pass through the Dean of Civil Law.
All of the papers po are attached in are attached together po, so
Would
it
you
will
know
come
if
back.
the Dean of the of Civil Law was informed of the favorable action taken by the Student Affairs?
I cannot answer
You
it
cannot
at
answer
this-
anymore. Dean,
Yes,
yeah,
please, Your Honor.
sabi nila, nagpadala ng proposal and it covered all the organizations, including Aegis Juris, I suppose. Di ba?
Your Honor, the proposal is
That
to conduct orientation among freshman students, Your Honor. That's the proposal.
Yes,
And
but-
the budget that goes with the proposal, Your Honor.
Pero lahat, kino-cover lahat ng organizations. Kasi freshmen yung involved, pero lahat ng organizations, including fraternities. Di ba?
At that time, Your Honor, it should be pointed out that the fraternity, all of them are presumed to
Yes.
have complied with the requirements. It's only September that was determined that they're not compliant.
And
But I also-
knowing,
Yes, please.
knowing that the Aegis Juris was not recognized at that time, di ba,
No, Your Honor,
prudence
in
dictates,
June,
sandali po.
yes, Your Honor.
Prudence dictates that you could have taken notice or noted na ito hindi kasali ito kasi hindi ito recognized, hindi ito suspended ito for this year. So, was it a case of negligence or oversight or what?
Your Honor, in June, they are deemed to be compliant. Only September that they're determined not to be compliant. So when the orientation was conducted, they're presumed to be compliant. But we also have to inform the committee that it was mentioned and stressed by the coordinator for SWD that recruitment is not allowed for freshman students. So regardless of the issue of accreditation, Your Honor, the fact is they're not allowed to recruit for the freshman students.
I refer you back to Senator po.
Alam niyo po, paulit-ulit lang to, Mr. Chair, pero I think maliwanag na sa atin na talagang meron dapat ayusin sa proseso din nila. Siguro babalikan ko to, no? Nung huling hearing natin, si Senator Subiria humingi ng kopya ng CCTV ng Pacific Star Building. Dahil nung September 12, Atio texted his mom at sinasabi na nandun siya sa isang law office along Petron sa May Buendia. Just across the gasoline station is Pacific Star Building where Divina Law is located. May nasubmit na bang CCTV footage?
There
We
was
did, Your
no,
Honor. We did.
there
We
was
did,
no
Your Honor.
submission
We-
from
we-
Pacific Star.
Apo.
Nangihingi sila ng court order. Anyway, we were able to secure a just a footage do sa Pacific Star, and we'll show it on the slide.
So, Mr. Chair, do we have the footage for September 12? And the reason why I ask this is there are just a few connections here that we need to seriously note. Number one, I think the owner of Pacific Star, or the Pacific Star building, is owned by Century Properties, and their corporate secretary is a senior partner at Divina Law. The same owner of Pacific Star, which is Century Properties, is also the owner of Novotel Hotels and Resort, kung saan nagkita yung mga frat members pagkatapos. So I just want to make sure that they're complying because their general counsel is Divina Law. Again, connected to this situation.
On the screen, Senator Grace, ito yung footage ng CCTV sa Pacific Star. And would like to ask maybe the parents of Atio if it's possible for you to recognize kung may resemblance ba ito at least kay Atio, at kung ano yung palatandaan na pwede niyong sabihin na si Atio nga ito nakatayo rito.
Your Honor, it looks very much like him. In that picture, you will see his blue jacket. His mom bought that jacket. He was wearing black pants and black shoes. And also, the hairstyle.
Yeah, yung next slide, makikita yung jacket na sinabi niyong binili ni mami ni Atio.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, pwede mo pakita? Ayan, yung jacket. Would you confirm na ito yung binili niyong jacket for Atio?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Sigurado po kayo?
Yes,
So, establish yung fact that si Atio indeed visited Pacific Star, at least Pacific Star.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're not concluding na Divina Law Office yung pinuntahan, but at least sa Pacific Star, he really set foot, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Senator Grace.
Ano kaya,
Please
Dean?
be allowed to respond. But one thing is for certain, Your Honor, he did not set foot in Divina Law. We installed 16 CCTVs in our office, and it will clearly show, it has shown in fact, that he did not set foot or step foot in Divina Law office.
Have you submitted?
We did, Your Honor, the day following the last Senate hearing, Your Honor.
Okay. Is there a possibility that he may not have set foot physically in your office, but then he met with a few of your people within the building, maybe a cafeteria or any other common place? I mean, it's not unlikely that Divina Law, maintaining an official lease in one particular space there, could also have another place where you meet in the building. Is it possible?
Well, I'm not so sure about that, Your Honor, but one thing is for certain. I did not see Atio in Pacific Star.
Okay. How many law firms are in Pacific Star? Are there several ones?
Should be at least minimum 3, Your Honor.
Okay. So if there are about 3, perhaps we can go one by one and ask them. Because from what is clear here, he said that he was going to a law office. So it could be one of the 3, not necessarily yours. But it's just such a coincidence. All of the connections, aegis juris, having strong ties with Divina Law maintaining the website for the school, Divina Law having a lot of support for the fraternity, you being the dean, and him mentioning that he's in a law office close to that building or within that building where you have your law firm. So, for whatever purpose, I think we need to be able to determine that. I think now, my question will go back to Mr. Ventura. Mr. Ventura, you were on a break for a while. So, I think you mentioned, nabanggit ninyo na, ay, ilan taon ka na ba sa aegis juris na miyembro?
1 year pa lang po.
Ilan?
1 year po.
1 year. But are you aware of initiation rights in the past? Not necessarily this one.
Dun po, ang aware po ako from my batch po. Simula po sa batch ko po.
So sa batch mo, kailan yon?
August 2016 po.
So 2016, so may napanood ka na initiation rights. Yun nangyari sa'yo.
Yes po.
So nasaktan ka ba?
Opo.
So, Siguro, baka nakakatakot, ano, pero malakas ba talaga ang mga pagpalo sa inyo? Hindi, sa'yo, hindi naman kay ano.
Yung sa akin po, opo.
Malakas. Malakas. May suntok ba nakasama?
Sa akin po, dun lang po sa proseso po.
Okay. Meron ba, hindi mo kailangan banggitin ng pangalan, ano, pero sa isang initiation, sinong pwedeng magsabi, tama na yan?
Yung ano po, MI po at saka GP po.
GP?
Opo.
Anong ibig sabihin ng GP muli?
Grand Prefectus po.
So, sino yung GP nung panahon mo?
Si ano po, Miguel po.
Si Miguel. Miguel, salamat. Sige. So siya nagpapigil nung sobra na?
Pa.
Okay. So, ibig sabihin, hindi naman si Miguel Salamat din ang susunod na GP dito sa nangyari kay Atio, no? Basta hindi siya. Pero meron. Pero yung tao na yon hindi pinigil. Oo, dahil siya pa nga yung huling nag-paddle. Anyway, dun sa mga messages mo, Mr. Salamat, ano? In the group chat presented during the last hearing, it appears that you were in possession of Atio's phone at that time. Ikaw yung may hawak. Ang sabi mo dito, tatay na yung tumatawag sa cellphone. Brad, tumatawag na kasi yung parents sa number ni Axel and M.I. Ralph. Brad, flood na ng messages laman ng cellphone. Lagpas na sa daliri ko ang missed calls. So, nasa iyo pa ang cellphone niya noon, nung nangyari. Nasaan na yung cellphone na yan?
Your Honor, if I answer that, that would show that I am already complicit to the crime of obstruction of justice, Your Honor.
So, you're invoking?
I am invoking my right against self-incrimination.
Kasi alam nyo, ewan ko kung paano nyo gagawin to, ha? Ang hinihiling ng mga magulang, maibalik lang yung mga kagamitan niya. Maintindihan natin yon. Siguro kung hindi man ikaw, kung sino man, bigla na lang pwedeng may regalo sa kanila. Padala na ninyo. Nandito ba ang isa pang maaari natin tanungin dito eh? Kasi may nabanggit dito na may tinatawag na Brad. Dali lang, Mr. Chair, just 1 minute. I'm looking for my notes here. Ang dami na kasi dito eh.
You may pursue
Eric
your point,
Fuentes.
Senator Grace.
Eric Fuentes? Nandito ba si Eric Fuentes? Mr. Fuentes, sumupa na ba kayo?
Comsec, kindly administer the oath to Mr. Fuentes. Including those who have not yet taken their oath, kindly stand up. Yung mga ngayon lang nag-attend. Thank you.
May I request all those who recently attended, including those in the gallery who were given notices to attend this hearing, please stand. Kindly raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the Senate inquiry? Okay, thank you.
Kindly proceed, Senator Po.
Attorney Fuentes, kayo po ba ay member ng Aegis Juris?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, kayo din po ba ay isa sa mga law partners nitong Bernardo and Fuentes na katabi ng AJF Library?
Just for clarification, Your Honor, it's not a partnership, Your Honor. Up to this date, I'm a solo practitioner, Your Honor.
Okay, but your law firm is beside the Aegis Juris
Yes.
Fraternity Library?
Sorry po. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. What happened to your CCTV footage at that time?
Thank you very much for asking that question, Your Honor. We don't have any CCTV cameras, Your Honor. As early as September 25, 2017, I sent a letter to the MPD, Your Honor, telling them that I do not possess or operate any CCTV, Your Honor. It was unfortunate that on that Senate hearing, September 25, it was stated that I gave a blank CCTV footage, which is untrue, Your Honor.
So is there a reason why you don't have a CCTV?
Sorry, Your Honor.
Is there a reason why you don't maintain a CCTV camera within the premises of your law firm?
There's no particular reason, Your Honor. I just don't have any CCTV cameras, or I don't operate one, Your Honor.
Okay. Then may I ask you, within the text threads, meron kayong nabanggit na Big Brother. Parang galing sa'yo, Eric Fuentes. Big Brother requested all the brads, especially the alumni, to show our support by attending the Senate investigation and visiting Brad Popoy. Hindi naman masama yun eh. Hindi masama yung sinabi mo na yon. Maganda nga na sinasabi mag-attend kayo ng hearing.
With all due respect, Your Honor, with that particular statement, Your Honor, I could not recall if it was I gave it through a Facebook or text messages, Your Honor. But I can recall I gave that statement, but not particular what mode, Your Honor, because I've already sent several text messages or messages, Your Honor, in general.
Okay, but who is Big Brother, sir?
Madam Chairman, Big Brother is a generic term that we give to all our GPs or elders, Your Honor.
Siguro, matalino naman kayo.
Senator Grace, medyo klaro yung elder or yung elders. Iba yung Big Brother sa elders. So don't tell us na pareho yon, generic yun sa elders.
Mawalang galang po. Yun po talaga ang aming binibigay na term po sa mga nakatanda po sa amin po.
Eh, di mali yung grammar pa ninyo. I mean, mga abogado kayo, di ba dapat sinasabi ng mga Big Brothers sige.
Sorry po.
So ganito na lang po, attorney. So banggitin mo sa akin, bigyan mo ako ng halimbawa ng mga Big Brother niyo. Would you consider Dean Divina as a Big Brother?
We can, Your Honor, but we don't call him Big Brother, Your Honor. We call him Dean Divina, Your Honor, or Sir Divina.
Okay, but he's considered, I mean, one of the elders.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Who else? Who else would you consider a Big Brother?
We have the past GPs, Madam Chairman. We have some of the founders, Your Honor.
Okay, alam mo, okay lang naman kasi yung text mo eh. Dun sa nakita natin. Yung sinasabi mo na mag-attend kayo ng Senate hearing. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, also to visit a Brad in prison. So, I'm just saying, we would like to know sana sino si Big Brother. Anyway, huling na lang munang katanungan, Mr. Chair, siguro sa round na to. Ano? Para lang... Nung dating hearing natin, hiniling ko po na imbitahin ang driver, family driver ng mga tranggiya. Nandito po ba siya?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ikaw yon. Ay, ikaw pala. Sorry po. O nga pala, familiar yung mukha niya. Kayo po si Mr. Tranggiya. Pakitawag po yung family driver ninyo. Nanumpa na ba ano pong pangalan nila, yung family driver? Kaboga? Nakapanumpa na po kayo, Mr. Hindi pa? Okay. Bago ko kayo puntaan, nais ko lang balikan ito mabilis lang, Mr. Chair, just for the record. Kasi yung sinasabi ninyo, Big Brother is a generic term for older members who's probably had more experience and more authority. If that's true, bakit ganitong statement? especially the alumni, meaning may particular reference sa Big Brother. So isang tao lang, di ba? Dapat, di ba? Kasi sinasabi ito, okay, Big Brother requested all the broads, especially the alumni. Parang malabo talagang isipin Mr. Chair, for the record na Big Brother pertains to several individuals. Lalong-lalo na abogado ito. Siguro naman malinaw ang mga grammar nito. Yung plural, singular, at kung ano-ano pa dapat na... I-elaborate?
Yes, Your Honor. When I texted that, Your Honor, were previous meetings, Your Honor. So one of the meetings topics was to support the Senate, Your Honor. So I gave that text to at least to convince other members to attend this Senate investigation, Your Honor.
Well, anyway, as I mentioned, Mr. Chair, this will be circuitous, and I'm just putting that on the record, okay? Mr. Laboga, magandang umaga po sa inyo. Salamat po sa inyong pagdalo ngayon. Nabanggit po kasi ang pangalan ninyo. Nabanggit po ang inyong
Senator
involvement.
Grace, may kasama ka abogado? Kindly introduce yourselves. Dalawa abogado mo? Sige, paki-identify lang for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. I am Attorney Ruel Ilagan, Your Honor.
And you're representing Mr. Laboga.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Are you a member of the Aegis Juris Fraternity?
No.
No. Okay, then...
Paalala lang kay Mr. Laboga, pwede ka magkonsulta sa lawyer bago ka sumagot sa tanong, ha? Sige.
Mr. Laboga, kasi nabanggit po kayo na kasama nila, kasama ng mga ibang miyembro na naririto, na nagdala kay Mr. Castillo sa emergency room. Ikaw nga ba ang nagmaneho doon sa naging biktima?
Hindi po.
Hindi mo nakikilala yung biktima na yon? Hindi mo nakita? Wala ka nakitang may sakit na dinala sa ospital?
Hindi po.
Hindi. Meron ka bang minamanehong pulang sasakyan?
Kasama ko po si boss sa shop po.
Sinong boss?
Antonio Trangia.
Saan shop?
Bulacan po.
Anong address?
MacArthur po.
Bigyan mo nga yung specific address kung nasaan ka alas 5 ng umaga ng September 17. Siguro madali naman siguro masabi kung nasaan ka, anong address, di ba? Hindi mo na kailangan tanungin ng abogado dahil kung nandoon ka, di nandoon ka. Saan sa MacArthur? Mahaba ang MacArthur.
Bangkal po.
Bangkal, anong bayan?
May kawayan.
Barangay Bangkal.
May kawayan po.
May kawayan. Anong shop ito? Oo nga, bakit...
ERCT po.
Ano yun?
ERCT, Tire Supply.
ERCT
Tire
Supply.
Opo.
Nandoon ka nung... Meron bang nakakita sa iyo doon na nandoon ka? Meron bang mga ibang tao na kasama mo doon na magpapatunay na nandoon ka?
Opo.
Sino?
Sila po na yung boss.
Sino?
Boss po.
Sinong boss?
Antonio Trangia.
That's it for now, Mr. Chair.
Teka muna, Anong minamaneho? Ikaw ay family driver ni na Mr. Antonio Trangia, di ba?
Opo.
Anong minamaneho mo?
Pajero po.
Anong klaseng Pajero?
Wala po.
Never ka nakapagmaneho ng pulang pickup?
Opo.
Never mo nakita yung pulang pickup?
Opo.
Eh, kanila yun eh. Sige, Senator Grace.
Nako, Mr. Chair, mukhang nahahawa dito sa mga ibang resource persons natin. Hindi po dapat matutunan yung mga bagay na ganito kasi gusto lang naman natin tulungan din yung mga naging biktima dito. Lagay niyo rin yung sarili niyo sa katayuan ng mga magulang. Ganito, yung anak po ninyo, nagmamaneho. Nagmamaneho po ba yung anak ninyo? Okay.
Opo.
So,
Your Honor.
maaaring siya lang ang nagmaneho nito. Pero, umabot sa aking kaalaman na si Mr. Balag, si Alvin Balag, ang driver niya ang nagmaneho kasi nitong pulang pickup pala. So, Mr. Chair, dahil alam naman natin, hindi naman sasagot si Mr. Balag eh. Pasapina po natin yung driver nila, kung meron, para siya na lang ang magsalita. I would like to...
I second the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, let's just ask for subpoena the driver of Mr. Arvin Balag, Mr. Chair, if we can obtain the name of that driver. And that would be all for now, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator po. Senator Zubiri is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, babalikan ko po yung ating witness na si Mark Anthony Ventura. Mark Anthony, this will not affect your case any bit kasi yung pag-uusapan natin dito, yung nangyari sa'yo sa kaso mo nung kayo po i-recruit. Kasi gusto lang natin malaman yung violente nangyayari sa mga fraternities at sororities at iba't ibang organisasyon. This is also in aid of legislation. Dun sa sitwasyon mo, it's your situation. You know, it's not, it happened to you, so this is your own personal situation. Yung sa iyong recruitment process, ilang beses po nangyari ang pagkakaroon ng physical and mental, say, torture or hazing, ika nga, na nangyari sa'yo? Does it happen only in one day?
Your Honor, yung sa amin po, yung recruitment po, kami po yung lumalapit po sa organization. Then, yung pag inano na po lumapit po kami, pag tinanggap po kami, mag-start po kami nung sa service po. Yung sa akin po kasi, ano po yun, 1 week po talaga. But, late po ako lumapit nun. Nangyari po, 3 days po, yung sa akin.
Sa 3 days po na yan, naalala mo kung saan yung nangyari yung initiation rights mo?
Hindi po ako familiar po, pero alam ko po, outside Manila po ako eh.
When you say outside Manila, was it in the south or in the north? Was it in Bulacan? I mean, it's just your experience. Alam mo, para
Yung sa, ano
matigil na po yung hazing na to, di ba? So,
yung sa akin po, yung sa amin po, batch ko po. Somewhere ata po sa Batangas po ata yun.
Batangas.
Hindi po ako, parang Batangas po ata yun.
Di naman kayo blindfolded pagdala doon.
Blindfolded po.
Blindfolded kayo. Parang nakidnap kayo ah. Blindfolded pala kayo papunta doon. Wow. So, pagdating nyo doon, 3 days sinasabi mo, what are, on that 3 days, so day 1, pwede mo isalaysay lang, nangyari sa'yo day 1?
Bali, yung paglapit po sa amin, ang ano po, gradual po kasi yun eh. Yung service po namin, pahirap ng pahirap bawat araw. Eh, nung late na nga po ako dumating, yung sa akin po, na service ko po, nag-start na po ako later the week na po. So, meron na po agad physical.
Sa physical, ano po yung physical na yun? So, pagdating mo, ano ba yung physical? Push up, chin up, o suntok agad?
Wala po sa amin suntok po, pero depende po yan. Pwede po kaming pag-push upin, jumping jacks, kung squat,
Okay? Pero sa first day yun, pagdating mo.
Opo, opo.
Sa second day, anong pinagagawa nila sa'yo?
Yung ano na po yun, same din po, utos-utos po sa Cywar po.
Cywar. Pero very clear naman dun sa nangyari kay Atio, di ba? May mga pagbubugbog sa mga braso. Ano yun, suntok? Yung nangyari sa'yo, sinuntok ba yung braso niyo?
Yung sa akin po, na nangyari po, meron pong ganun.
Meron ganon.
Meron pong suntok po sa akin.
Sa braso?
Opo.
Sa muka?
Wala po.
Wala naman. Sampal?
Meron po.
Meron. Pag-inom ng mga dura, ganyan?
Wala po.
Wala naman ganon. Yung sinasabi nilang candle wax, ginamit din sa'yo?
Sa pagkakaalala ko po sa akin po, nung time po namin, meron din po.
Candle wax?
Opo.
Yung candle wax, yung ano to yung mainit na, yung inaano sa kandila, yung kanyang wax, saan nila pinapatak ang candle wax?
Yung sa akin po, sa amin po kasi, ano po, sa likod po.
Sa likod?
Opo.
Masakit?
Opo.
Dun sa final day mo, so paano yun? So, buong araw ginagawa sa yun?
Hindi po. Ano po yun, Your Honor? Proseso po. Meron po allotted time na tinatansya po kung depende po sa amin po kasi madami po kasi kami nun, ng batch ko po. So, maaga po kami nagsimula.
Maaga nagsimula. So, hindi sabay-sabay. So, let's say ikaw muna, tapos pangalawang batchmate mo, pangatlong batchmate mo, ganun ba? O sabay-sabay kayo nahihiz?
Yung sa final rites po namin, sabay-sabay po kami sa isang lugar po.
May mga nag-collapse ba sa mga kasamahan mo? Sa hirap?
Sa amin po, sa pagkakaalala ko po, wala po.
Wala naman. Pero hirap na hirap kayo.
Nahirapan po kami.
Sa final rites, sa final day, may kasama ng paddling yon. Or may paddling ba from day 1, 2, and 3 sa'yo?
Ano lang po, doon lang, ang final rites po namin, sa last day lang po yun.
So sa final rites, pwede mo isalaysay yung nangyari sa'yo? Naka-blindfold ba kayo? Dinala kayo sa kwarto? Binabanggit ko lang to, Mark, kasi gusto na natin mapigil ito. And you know this, I'm sure you know that this will not make you a good lawyer. I don't think this will make you a better person and a better lawyer. Kung sundalo ka, siguro. Alam ko sa PMA and all the other soldiering, if you want to join the special forces, the intelligence units, they teach you these things, or they subject you to these things because their profession deals with either terrorism, threats of war, you may be caught in enemy lines, you should be able to be of physical mind and body na alam mo kaya mong tanggapin ito. Pero abogado, parang galang na lang po na yung pag-abogado hindi naman siguro kailangan ng torture at hazing. And because of your testimony, Mark, and we passed the law to strengthen the anti-hazing law, many students, young people, can become lawyers without having to go through violent initiation rites. Di ba po? Am I correct, Mark?
Yes po.
Tama naman yun, di ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
So, pakisalaysay lang sa amin, Mark, yung nangyari sa'yo, para at least makita natin na ito ay hindi na dapat gawin at ito ay isang hindi nararapat sa isang civilized society with men and women of conscience. So, could you please narrate yung nangyari sa'yo yung last part?
Yung sa last part po,
Opo, yung sa tingin mo pinakagrabe na nangyari sa'yo.
yung ano po, sa amin po, sa akin po, nung sumali po ako, gabi po yon nung bumiyahe po kami. Then, naka-blindfold na po ako nung nasa likod po ako ng sasakyan. And then, nung ano po, pagdating na po namin sa lugar, naka-blindfold din po, may assisted kami papunta sa dun sa place. Pinatanggal sa amin saglit yung blindfold para makapunta dun sa loob. Then from dun sa loob po, nagpalit na kami ng damit namin.
Tapos, tuloy mo lang.
Tapos pagkapalit po ng damit po namin, stretching po kami. Kami pong magkaka-batch po doon. Then nung sa stretching po, sunod-sunod na po yung proseso po na ginawa po sa akin. Hanggang
Ano ibig sabihin ng proseso? Katulad ng...
hindi